Welcome everybody to Star Flag Media. Let's get right into the news. My name is Anthony. For the last week and a half or so, I've been on here touting the end of Xbox consoles. And if you watched the Drunken Idiots podcast that just dropped a day or so ago, myself and Chris discussed it, with the whole "this is an Xbox" ad. And now we are going into the next phase of the end of Xbox as a hardware manufacturer exclusively and as a multi-platform developer. And I got a lot of heat in the comments for saying this, claiming that I was either a Nintendo fanboy or a Sony fanboy, which ironically enough, on the PlayStation is going cloud gaming in the future video, I got called an Xbox fanboy. With that said, when you're right, you are right. And on there, I mentioned if Sega had gone and created a Dreamcast 2 and still put out their games, with a few of them being Dreamcast 2 timed exclusives, say 6 months to a year, that as a Sega fan, I probably still would have bought their hardware. And, with the whole idea of timed exclusivity behind it, even if I knew that later on there would be a definitive edition coming out on PS2, GameCube, and the OG Xbox. Well, it looks like Microsoft is banking on that very idea. You don't believe me? You don't have to take it from me. You didn't believe Phil Spencer and you don't believe that this is an Xbox ads? Well, how about Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella saying it right out of his mouth? How about him saying it right out of his mouth? I'm going to put the video right here.
And the love for gaming, if I think about it, right, we chose the secular growth category in entertainment, which we think is gaming, and said, let's double down on it. And it's been a passion for Microsoft ever since. In fact, I think Flight Simulator launched before Windows or Office even. And so it's like one of the longest franchises in this company. And so we said, let's take that joy of gaming everywhere. And that's why even these ads with Xbox Now, where we are redefining what it means to be an Xbox fan, it's about being able to enjoy Xbox on all your devices. So our strategy with Activision content now is in full force. We feel fantastic about the progress we've made. And more importantly, I think on long term, as a company, we can bring the best of AI innovation, cloud innovation, console innovation, PC innovation to build the best games that can be enjoyed by gamers everywhere.
Well, how about that? Here's a little article from Forbes. Microsoft Satya Nadella doubles down on Xbox's confusing strategy. As PlayStation players and Nintendo players wait to play Xbox exclusive games such as Indiana Jones 6 months or so from now, we are reminded of the strange situation that the console brand finds itself in, where it really isn't even a console brand at all anymore, at least not according to Microsoft. Microsoft has rolled out a "This is an Xbox" campaign, attempting to show all different places you can play Xbox games that are not on their literal Xboxes. This includes smart TVs, non-gaming laptops, phones, tablets, even third-party gaming devices. All of that, of course, is using cloud streaming to play, unlike consoles or PCs that download the actual games. This recently came up in the interview with Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, who doubled down on the idea. You heard him saying, we're doubling down on the idea, right, boys? We are, quote, redefining what it means to be an Xbox fan. It is about being able to enjoy Xboxes on all your devices. Where? Not on Xbox. On all your devices. This comes in the wake of several new items and real-world developments that are essentially no Xbox games that are off the table when it comes to heading to other platforms like PlayStation. Hear that again. There are no Xbox games that are off the table when it comes to heading to other platforms like PlayStation. The idea Microsoft has here is that between day one Game Pass releases and the everything is an Xbox idea, that it will still retain you, the Xbox, the fanboys, Xbox loyalists, while drawing in new players. Xbox fans do not seem terribly amused that Microsoft is redefining them, and that Xbox brand has become a staple of gaming industry for the last 20 years now. And millions of fans have stuck with them through thick and thin. And now they're watching a company barely interested in even selling its own hardware, trying to hype people up about streaming games to their phones and giving away what should be big Xbox-only titles to its direct rival, PlayStation, and even Nintendo. Be they immediately, or on a time delay, or some unknowable point in the future. Not only is it hard to see how you acquire new fans with this philosophy, but how you retain the old ones. To go even further, we get Windows Central Windows Central executive editor, Jez Corden, who discussed his understanding of Microsoft's first-party strategy in a series of X posts this weekend. And I quote, "Xbox won't have exclusives going forward. Everything is timed exclusive at most. If some games are exclusive, it's going to be incidental at best. The case-by-case argument is by and large going to be multi-platform, timed, and with maybe very few outliers." And responding to a user who said they didn't believe Xbox's upcoming Fable game would go to PlayStation, Corden wrote, "That game was monstrously expensive. It may not be day one, but it'll come with the current plan in place." So, boys and ladies, I know this isn't what you want to hear. I know you want to believe that the last 20 plus years of you sinking money into the corporation of Microsoft, Xbox never felt like it had a soul. We spoke about that on the podcast as well. Didn't feel like it had a gaming passion behind it. They were going to sell you a machine, and now they're not even there to sell you the machine. They want you to go buy what they've invested in. And what have Microsoft invested in over the last decade? They've invested in buying out developers, third-party developers, and they've invested in their cloud gaming. They are not putting huge resources into developing these loss-leading hardware. They lose money every time they sell an Xbox because the components cost more to make than they are retailing for. They are making money on the games. They're making money on controllers. They're making money on licensing their platform to third parties like Game Pass or through the Xbox Digital Store, or for them to put a game on their actual platform. Microsoft no longer is interested in losing money and losing the console wars. They lost the Xbox One generation to PS2. They lost the 360 coming in behind the Wii and PS3. They lost on the Xbox One generation with the PS4 eating their lunch. And they're losing again the Series X with the Switch and the PS5 destroying it in sales. Microsoft sees this. They have no interest in being a second place or a third place company in taking a piece of the pie. Like it or not, they are exiting the console space. They are going to focus on making Game Pass their future. They will probably make a hardware streaming box labeled an Xbox device. Like I said before, it'll probably just be, something with some guts in it, maybe some RAM and a bit of memory on it, but it won't have any major tech specs that we're used to. I don't think it's going to be this generation coming. I think we still get one more cycle of traditional Xbox hardware that really favors digital. They probably will sell a disc-based system with a removable hard drive, perhaps, like the PS5 is doing now with the Pro. This is our future. It's an unfortunate future. I am not a fan of saying this news, but it is what it is. I read the tea leaves, man, and the tea leaves are coming right from Microsoft. You don't have to take my word for it anymore. Phil Spencer no longer says, "Oh yeah, Starfield is not coming to PlayStation." Indiana Jones is not coming to PlayStation. Well, now we know that's not true. In fact, the biggest boss of them all, not the Xbox boss, the guy who runs the Xbox boss, Satya Nadella himself, we are redefining what it means to be an Xbox fan. So, what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Um, are you going to keep supporting Microsoft after this? Are you still going to be diehard loyalist? And are you now saying that, hey, that's not what he's saying, even though you just heard him say it? It's just, with everything that's been going on this week, it's just been crazy. It's almost as if E3 week happened. As always, I do appreciate everybody out there. I'm not here to get your get you guys upset, but it is what it is. I'm just reporting the news as I see it. Hit that like button. If you dislike the video, that's fine too. Leave a comment below letting me know why you disagree. Share, subscribe. We're trying to go up to 4,000 subscribers. Almost there. We're at 3.5. As always, want to thank you guys for joining us here at Star Flag Media, and we will catch you guys next time.